What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is main deck Monday, and what we're going to do today is look at one of the decks that people have been requesting to see from the past last week's League Cup, and that was the Umbreon-Wobbuffet deck that Mac used to make top 4 at the Madison League Cup. Now his list has changed since then. He actually sent me an updated list. The only change I made is he played a Hex Maniac over a Super Rod, and I was like, nope, I want that Super Rod in there. Just get back, like, energies, get back Pokemon. I mean, he does play Brock's Grit, so you get back Pokemon energies that way, which I might actually cut the Brock's Grit for the Hex and just, like, not play Brock's Grit, because Super Rod is just as good. But today, we're looking at Mac's Umbreon-Wobbuffet deck, or Umbreon-Wobbuffet Evolutions type deck. Like I said, he did change it a little bit since the video, but still it's fantastic, and we're going to go over it. So, our main attacker is going to be Umbreon-GX. We've seen this before. It has Strafe, does 30. You may switch Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And you have Shadow Bolt for 90, does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And Dark Call GX, discard 2 energy from your opponent's Pokemon. You can use more than one GX attack per game. Now, if we do use Strafe, you might be wondering, who do you send in? Well, that is Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet has the ability to Bite Barricade as long as this Pokemon is in play, and you're active. There's each player can't use no abilities except for Psychic Pokemon. And the reason why this is so strong is to help you out against Decidueye Vileplume, because once you strafe into a Wobbuffet, Decidueye Vileplume can't use Feather Arrow, they can't use Irritated Pollen. I mean, Irritated Pollen doesn't really matter too much for them, as so do you. It just helps you out to help set up, which is fantastic. And then also, let's see. So yeah, that's why Wobbuffet's in there. So you can strafe to Wobbuffet, shut down like any abilities too. You can shut down like Shaymin's turn 1, which is really nice if you switch into Wobbuffet somehow. So that's always a cool thing you can do. So yeah, the deck is like it's really scary on paper too. So, like I said, Umbreon's going to be main attacker, but you do have some helpers, and that is Jolteon, which makes your stage 1 Pokemon lightning, Flareon, which make him fire, and Vaporeon for water. Now, this is, going to be, depending on the matchup, you can have different Pokemon. Vaporeon's obviously for Volcanion, Flareon's obviously for Decidueye Vileplume, and Jolteon is just there just to knock out Shaymins, because you can one-shot Shaymins now with a Shadow Bullet plus a Jolteon. You can do like 180 damage if needed, but also it's there for like Rayquaza and Evital's if needed. And then also he plays an Espeon-GX now, and the reason why he plays this is to help counter Mega Mewtwo. Psychic does 60 and the 30 more damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Mega Mewtwo needs a DC to at least attack, and it doesn't have a weakness, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You do 240 if they have a DC on their Mega Mewtwo, and the max, based off the year, they can do 3, 6, 9. They're doing 100 damage off of theirs, so they need 4 energies to actually knock you out, or try to 2-shot your Espeon. But your Espeon is just going to be one-shotting their Mewtwo's. It puts you in a far better advantage. It also has Psybeam for 30. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And Divide GX put 10 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. So Mac has this really, I think it's a great list actually. I think it's really cool and innovative, and a lot of people did want to see it, and that's why we're covering it today. So, we have 2 Shaymin-EX, or 2 Shaymins to help set up as well. Alright, so 3 Level Ball, search deck for Pokemon with 90 HP or less, which can grab you the Eevee lines and the Eevee, because like Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon all have 90 HP. Eevee has 60, and you want to try to get as many Eevees as you can down turn 1. So 3 Love Ball, 1 Nest Ball to put a base Pokemon onto your bench, which can get you Wobbuffet or an Eevee. 1 Super Rod, like I said, to get back your Pokemon if needed later on. 1 Switch, 3 Trainers Mail, just for consistency, or just for like spacious use. 3 Ultra Ball. We already played 3 Level Balls and Nest Balls, so we should be good. And with Eevee, I didn't even go over this. With Eevee's Energy Evolution, when you put a Dark Energy or a Psychic Energy on Eevee, you can search out one of your evolutions. Like you put a Dark Energy on Eevee, you can grab Umbreon, or a Psychic, get out Espeon, which is really nice and just helps you get set up ASAP. And that's why you don't need too many Ultra Balls, you don't need the 4, because you can already search out your Umbreons with Energy Evolutions. 4 via Seeker for maximum supporter cards. 1 Parallel City and 2 Reverse Valley. The 2 Reverse Valley make you do 10 more damage, so you can do 100 instead of 90, and that could potentially help you. I get crucial numbers. I don't know. I haven't played the deck a lot to know how much the 10 damage matters, but I know that 10 damage matters. Like any Pokemon player knows that 10 damage is a lot in this game. And then like for weakness, that's like 20 additional more, which could take knockouts, which is really nice. One Parallel City, so you can put your side down to 3 or your opponent's side down to 3, and people can do less damage if needed. One Brock's great to shove back in 6 Pokemon energies into your deck. 2 Lillie, you draw and you have 6 cards in your hand. If it's your first turn, you have 8 in your hand. 2 Lysandre, 3 in, 1 Kukui, so you do additional 20 more damage. So now if you have a Shadow Bullet for 90 plus a Kukui, you could do 110 times 2 is 220, which does hit nice numbers on like Mega Quaza and stuff like that. I think, yeah, so you knock out the Megas and stuff, which is really nice. 3 Sycamore. The only thing about Kukui is you need like Kukui and a Reverse Valley to do... No, 220 already, yeah, because 9, 10, 11, yeah. So the Kukui, you can knock out Belted Volcanions as well, which is really nice. I just realized that too. 3 Sycamore, 3 Float Stone, 4 DCs, because you need that for Psychic and Shadow Bullet. They both need a color energy like Psychic or Dark, and then a DC to attack, and 5 Dark and 2 Psychic energies. Once again, shout out to Mac. He's the one who hooked me with the list. If you want to see him play, it's not the exact same 60, but it's still very, very close to his 60 that he played the other day at the Madison League Up. I'll leave a link down below to, I think there's 2 videos. Yeah, he plays in 2 videos. I know for sure one's in top 8, one's in top 4. I think there's 3 actually. There's 3 videos. I'll leave those down below, and you can see Mac play these in real time if you want to see these deck in action. But we're gonna see a game with this deck today. See what could happen. Is this deck actually good, or did Mac get lucky? That is the main question. We're gonna see what's gonna happen, guys. But thanks for watching. I think the deck is actually like fantastic and really good. Just to let you know. But guys, let's see what happens today. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to actually be playing some games and commentating over it. Miss you guys so much. I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I was just not playing. You couldn't see my beautiful face anymore, but now we're back and we're good to go. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, so putting it solo 6557, playing a Darkrai Dragons deck, and I saw Mac actually take it out of Dark. We saw him take it down in top 8 against Antonio, so it is beatable for sure. So we won the coin flip. We will go first, and yes. Now with Umbreon, we were able to use Dark Claw to get 2 double dragons off of like a Giratina or Salamence later on, which is really nice. Salamence is not going to play too much of a factor in this matchup because we only have 2 EXs in our deck. The rest of them are just GXs, so we don't have to really worry about that. And, alright, so we get 7 new cards, and well, press done. Alright, so double mulligan so far. And there's Eevee and a Psychic Energy. What we really need is a Dark Energy, and can we top deck an Energy or support a card, because right now our hand is not the greatest. Hopefully we top deck an N or a Kukui to draw to maybe a Dark Energy. Fingers are crossed, because they could knock us out. So 2 Pokemon will come down, and there's Giratina, Darkrai, and there's a Lillie, so we can Reverse Valley, make it where our Darks do more damage. And we are going to Lillie, 3, 4, 5 for 3 cards. Can we find a Dark Energy? And we don't find one just yet. We'll put down Wobbuffet with Ultra Ball, discard Psychic and a Psychic and Lysandre. With this, we'll grab we'll grab a Shaymin. We get Shaymin set up for 2. Trying to find a Level Ball or a Dark Energy. So yes, we'll draw 2 cards. What do we find? And oh my goodness. Alright, this is not good. Alright, so what I'm going to do actually is put a DC in the active, retreat into the Wobbuffet, and just end our turn. And that way we shut down, you know, his not Hoopas, but Shaymin's. That's the key thing. We can shut down his Shaymin's. But next we can put an Umbreon VS again for another Lillie, draw some more cards. There is a Max. Looks like, go look at the top cards of his deck. Put a Dark Energy on that Darkrai EX. There's a Double Dragon going to the active. And at least, like I said, we can discard the Double Dragons with the Umbreon's Dark Call. And onto our turn, we get an Eevee. So put down Eevee. We'll put down Umbreon. We will VS Seeker for a Lillie to draw 3 new cards. Okay. And let's see, what do we get with the Lillie. Hopefully we get something good. And okay, we get an Ultra Ball for a second Shaymin-EX. So discard the Lillie and the N to grab another Shaymin-EX. If the second one's in the up, so grab another Shaymin. Oh no, we can't put down Shaymin because our own Wobbuffet. Duh. So we'll pass right now. I kind of forgot about that. 100% forgot about that. Alright, so on our opponent's turn, he can put a Fear Belt in a double dragon, take a knockout. So nope, just a chaos wolf for 100. Okay, and this turn I am going to VS Seeker forward in. There's a love ball. We'll grab another Eevee. Okay, so put down Eevee, put down Umbreon, and we'll VS Seeker forward in, finding some new cards. Hopefully you find at least an energy, like a dark energy, to attach to an Umbreon, so next time we can use the Dark Hole GX, get rid of those double dragons off the active. And we do find a dark energy, but we find a DCE, which is what we really can't use right now. So we'll put a dark energy on the Umbreon, and we will just pass. Actually, what I'm doing is Love Ball, get a Vaporeon, and then Level Ball for a Jolteon, so that way I don't draw into him again. They still seem not very useful. And how many energies are left in our deck? We have 2 darks and 1 psychic. Wow. Alright, so grab a Jolteon, and right now we're just going to pass on to our opponent's turn, and he can take a knockout on our Wobbuffet, but if he does, we could hopefully, fingers crossed, that we find a psychic energy or dark energy, get rid of both of the double dragons off the active. So we see Trainers Mail, look at tougher cards of his deck. And we could put down Jolteon, but I really don't think Jolteon is really that needed. Like, it can one-shot Shaymins, but that's really all it's used for. I think I'm fine with just put out Umbreon, Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Now, the reason why I played double Love Ball last turn is because I wanted to not draw into the Jolteon and Vaporeon. I'd rather draw into another consistency card instead. And we do see a Fear Belt, and where does he put the Fear Belt? Hopefully on the active Giratina, and it goes in the bench Darkrai EX, unfortunately. Because if he puts the Fear Belt on the active, he realistically probably can't retreat next turn. And what else does our opponent have here? Does he have a supporter card? He hasn't played a supporter card just yet, but he's doing fine. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 darks on the energy. There's a Lysandre bringing up our Umbreon-GX. Oh no, that's not good. Because it's going to be stuck in the active spot for a couple turns. So 200 damage onto our turn. We find a Float Stone, which we can't play because the Chaos will. So we'll put down Umbreon-GX. We will Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. And still don't have anything. So we'll press done onto our opponent's turn. He will take a knockout going out of 4 prize cards. But hopefully we hit a Psychic Energy or a Dark Energy to use that Dark Hole, get rid of both of the double dragons off the active, and take away all my opponent's energies. Okay. And we could have maybe Nest Ball just to thin our deck out a little bit more. That probably been a good play for sure. But I kind of didn't see that. But there's a Professor Kukui doing additional 20 damage and drawing 2 cards. He's still taking a knockout regardless. Eevee will come down. There's the EXP shirt to Eevee, and we'll see a Chaos Well for the knockout going down to 4 prize cards. Dark Energy to Eevee, and yep. We're going to see a Chaos Well for the knockout. We gotta find a dark energy or a psychic energy to use Dark Hole GX this turn. So we'll send up the Umbreon on our turn. What do we find? And there's a DCE. We cannot use that. We're gonna play Nest Ball. We're grabbing Eevee, put that down, and we'll play it and give us both new hands. Hopefully we find an energy. Come on, guys. And we find a Psychic Energy, so this will work. We'll be able to Psychic Energy the active, Dark Hole, get rid of both the double dragons off the active, and put ourselves in a little bit better position. And we'll discard 1 and 2. Rest done, and discarding 2 double dragons on our opponent's side of the field. Now he is forced to find a Float Stone, some way to retreat this Giratina attack with maybe the Eevee or the Darkrai. There's a Trainers Mail, and now we're back in business. Okay, so we did set our opponent back down 2 turns, theoretically, discarding both those double dragons. And we'll see what else can we do here. We need to find that Super Rod to get back. Actually, we don't have really that many energies in the discard pile besides the DCEs. Okay. We see a double dragon to the active. Okay. We're down 2 DCs as well. So we have yeah, that's not good either. Alright, we gotta think about this. How are we gonna do it? Well, hopefully we find an energy. We can use Shadow Bolt at 90 and 30 to the Darkrai, then another 90 and 30 to the Darkrai, and then I'll put it at 60. There's a Lysandre bringing up the Shaymin, which is fine for us because we have a switch in hand, so that's really fine. On our turn, we get a Parallel City, okay. So I'm going to Trainers Mail, hopefully find an Ultra Ball, and we don't find one. I'm going to press done, and I'm going to switch into the Umbreon. I am going to parallel. No, I think we need to keep the Parallel City. And I'm just going to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. And do we find a dark? If we do find a Dark Energy Gate, put on the active. We'll put down. Is Espeon even worth it? We need to find a Super Rod. So a Trainers Mail. Find a Super Rod. Okay. Do we use it right now or not? I don't think I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do instead is just like Shadow Bullet. Yeah, going to do 100 to the active and 30 to that Darkrai. Okay. On to our opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. We can knock out the Darkrai, put 30 damage on that Darkrai, bring it up to 60 plus another. So let's either way, get the 2-shot this thing. So I think I'm going to start putting the 30 damage on Yveltal or another Darkrai if he puts that down, because that's definitely where the damage needs to go. Trainers Mail for our opponent. Does he find a supporter card? He really hasn't done anything outside of those 2 Lysandres and Kukui, and I think that was the end going into his hand. So there is a Max looks like going to the top cards of his deck. Not going to find an energy, okay? And there's an end. We'll both get new hands. He only gets 4, though, because he has taken a knockout. So what do we get with our 6 new cards? We get a Dark Energy, which is fantastic. A Float Stone for a Wobbuffet as well. And there's a Float Stone going down to his Giratina. But we can, I think I'm actually fine with just like smacking the Giratina for 30. And just knocking it out a couple turns. So we see Ultra Ball, just going to get a Darkrai, it's something else. To grab a Shaymin, most likely. I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see a Shaymin come down. And we have the 1 VS Seeker left in our deck. There's a Hoopa. Going to use Scondring, search for 3 new EX Pokemon. And this is where I might put down the Espeon. Like, Psychic doesn't knock it out unless he commits a Dark Energy to it. And if he does that, I think I am going to put a Psychic on it and scare him that way. So we're going to see 2 Darkrai's and a Shaymin coming down. Darkrai and Shaymin, okay. Alright, so we'll see a Darkrai come down. We'll see a Shaymin coming down. Right now, Dark Ball is doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay, so we'll see setup, gets new cards in his hand. Okay. We could use Brock's Grit to maybe get back to the Jolteon. And then maybe this Umbreon can take a knock on this Shaymin. That'd be kind of cool to see. But we'll see what our opponent does here. I think I'm just going to hit him next turn regardless. I think I am going to evolve the to the Espeon. So Darkrai will come up. And we'll see a Dark Ball is 20, 40, 60, 80. 100, 120, 130. And then 20, 40, 60, 80. So either way, he's going to 2-shot this Umbreon. So I'm not going to waste his last VS Seeker. I'm just going to end him. Put a Dark Energy in the Umbreon as well. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, so Dark Energy this Darkrai EX. And we'll see a Dark Pulse for 150. Alright, on to our turn. We find a Sycamore, okay. So I'm going to Dark Energy the Umbreon, Float Stone, the Wobbuffet. And do we play in right now, or do we wait a second until he takes a knockout this turn? I think I am going to wait and instead use Shadow Bullet. And put 30 on the Giratina. Okay, so what I should have done was definitely Brock's Grit there to put a Jolteon back in our deck. Because our way to win is going to knock out this guy, put 30 more damage on this, and then use this Umbreon to take a knock on both Shaymin and the Giratina. Yeah, he hasn't played a single VS Seeker, which is very scary because next turn he can potentially knock out our Shaymin on the bench. So we kind of need to find a Parallel City to put our field down to 3. So we see a Dark Energy go to Darkrai. Does he have a switch? An Escape Rope? If he has Escape Rope, I'm not too worried. But no, go to Dark Pulse, take a knockout, going down to 2 price cards. And we actually can't put down Parallel City either because we only have 3 bench. So we need to find something else to put down, like another Wobbuffet plus Parallel City. There's a Trainers Mail. We'll play that. I'll put a Super Rod back in our deck. Or we'll play Super Rod, okay. And with the Super Rod, we'll get back a Jolteon, Dark, and an Eevee. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put those 3 in our hand. And I'm going to end our opponent down to 2. We need to find a DC plus a Pokemon plus a Parallel City. And we don't find a Parallel City. But we could... Wait, do we already discard a Parallel City? Oh, we've already discarded Parallel City. I think the list only plays 1 if I remember correctly. Yeah, it only plays the one. So it's come down to, does he have a Lysandre? We do have a Jolteon. We'll put that down. We'll put down an Eevee. Put a DC on this guy. Retreat into the Umbreon. And we will Shadow Bullet for 90. Put 30 damage on this guy. Alright. Does he find a VS Seeker? If he does, he can Lysandre up the Shaymin and win the game. If he does not, can he win automatically? I don't think so. I don't think he can knock out an Umbreon 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180. He needs to hit a double dragon plus a max elixir. Does he have a VS Seeker? And there's a fear belt going down to the Darkrai. Okay. Double dragon. And at Dark Pulse, that's not enough, and we might have a chance to take this game. Alright, so on our turn, we will Ultra Ball, discard the Wobbuffet and Flareon to grab the Espeon. Okay. We will put down the Espeon, put a Dark Energy on this guy, and we are going to Shaymin actually win this game. Oh my goodness. Yes, I like to Shaymin. Draw some new cards, and what we could do is VS Seeker for Lysandre, bring up that Shaymin and take a 4 price turn. So bring up the Shaymin-EX and Shadow Bullet, take a double knockout and win this game. We'll do 180 damage and 30 more damage to this Giratina. And we took it. Oh my goodness. That was crazy, guys. Oh, this deck's so, oh my goodness. And they were drawn to 2 Dark Energies that were prized. And there we go. Woo! Alright, so that was a pretty amazing game. You can see why this Umbreon Wobbuffet deck is so crazy. That was so much fun, guys. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. That was a crazy game. I mean, I was a little bit nervous there, I ain't gonna lie to you, but we did it. Took it down the Darkrai Giratina deck. We had everything like great. We had Dark Call at the right time. We could have potentially like maybe took a knockout Espeon if we wanted to power up the Espeon, maybe like to do like knock out the Hoopa. But the deck has a lot of answers, as you see there. That was amazing. Once again, shout out to Mac for his list. That was a crazy game there. Oh man, I was nervous. I was like, oh, does he have a VS Seeker? And he did have a VS Seeker. We took it. I mean, he did. The only unfortunate thing is he didn't play that many supporter cards, but still, that was a really, really close game. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a fantastic Monday. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.